All right. Good morning, everyone. Really happy to be here with this group and be part of this conversation. I'm Alex Laipple. I'm the head of business development and impact investing at Neighborly. And I think I speak on behalf of Neighborly that we are really proud to be part of these sorts of events that are advancing the impact investment movement. And we're proud to be part of that. So I'm going to start describing what Neighborly is. I think that's a good question to start with. So who is Neighborly? Our mission is to connect communities with capital. So in a nutshell, Neighborly provides access to impact investments through the municipal bond market. And we started on this journey back in 2012. Our CEO, Jace Wilson, studied city planning and civic engineering at MIT and was really passionate about public places, cities. Cities are reliant on the municipal bonds to build the infrastructure that we all live and work in, and realized that this infrastructure model was broken. And through technology, we could build solutions to solve for some of the inefficiencies that exist in the municipal bond marketplace. And when you talk about impact, we really feel strongly that munis are the original impact investment. Look back in the past hundreds of years, municipal bonds have funded some of the most critical infrastructure in our country's history, from the Golden Gate Bridge out in San Francisco to fire trucks that keep communities safe, to schools that many of us attended. Those infrastructure projects were kept thriving through the municipal bond market. But currently the system is broken, and across the US, most recently we got a D+ rating on our infrastructure. So we feel the municipal bond market is needed, and we can help improve and advance that movement. And one of the things that I really enjoy about being part of Neighborly, when you think about impact, having a measurable impact with your investments, is munis are very tangible. They're tied to specific projects. You can invest in a school, you can invest in hospitals, you can invest in clean water systems. And you really have a good understanding of where your dollar is flowing, because many of them are revenue projects that are measurable and allow you to invest with intent. So that's the problem that we're trying to solve at Neighborly. And when you think about impact and access to a $3.8 trillion market, which is the amount of munis that are available, we realize that the access and impact isn't one size fits all. There's my grandfather that wants to invest in a park in his hometown of Buffalo, and there's Wilshire and Athena that are managing billions of dollars for impact and municipal bonds. So we wanted to create a structure that built technology that could provide efficiencies, but also provide access to all types of impact through the municipal bond market. So our first business line that we launched a few years ago was a broker-dealer that underwrites municipal bond transactions. So essentially works directly with communities like Fort Worth to bring capital improvement projects to market. So we are the senior underwriter on transactions like that, and then we are the sales and distribution network of those projects. So our goal on the broker-dealer side is to modernize access, not just sell the bonds to institutions, but connect the communities closer to the end investor. And we do that through technology. So through neighborly.com, you can go and see the available offerings that we've worked with communities to bring to market, and know that you're able to see what sort of impact you're going to have with your dollar. And that's something that we're really proud to be a part of, that broker-dealer marketplace. And what I would say, other than technology that makes us different, is we try not to just be like any municipal bond underwriter. We don't want to underwrite the entire marketplace. We want to focus on specific projects that we believe will advance infrastructure in this country. So some of our focus projects are quality education, clean water systems. Those are transformative projects that we believe will move the country forward, but also next generation projects like municipal broadband. That is access to internet. We feel like that's a basic human right that allows our youth to be educated. And many rural communities across this country don't have access to internet. And I think that will forbid us from advancing many of our youth forward. So on the broker-dealer side, we serve retail investors. So directly through Neighborly, you can invest as little as $1,000. We break down denomination sizes and barriers to entry for clients, all the way up to institutions that want to invest in a project through separately managed accounts or asset management products that they're running. One of the things, though, that we realized across this journey was we were missing out on a whole marketplace of clients like Athena that are building portfolios for impact and intent. A lot of them don't invest in individual securities, so we wanted to build an offering that allowed us to use our technology and passion for impact to build an asset management product that is focused on munis. So that's our impact asset manager, Neighborly Investments, that's based out of Boston, that creates tailored impact, separately managed accounts on a per client basis. So we look at each client's unique values, we take that into consideration to start, and then we build a portfolio with both an impact and a credit profile. That's a company that's only a quarter old, but we've been able to gain tremendous momentum because of Muni's alignment with many clients' impact and goals. So I'm going to spend the remainder of my time talking a little bit about the onboarding process. And I think a lot of the speakers spoke to this. Impact is relative to the person. Each client has unique values. I want to make a different impact than these folks up here with my investments. So we built software during the onboarding process that gets a really good understanding of where each clients want their dollar and portfolio to align. And we call this the values alignment survey, where we define each client's impact objectives. So our engineers, our software folks, built a software tool that takes a variety of inputs and allows the customer to answer questions, forces them to choose where they want their dollars to flow. And as a result, we take those inputs and create a compass, which allows us to really define the guidelines that you'd want a portfolio to be created and how you'd want your dollars to be managed. Technology is our differentiator across all business lines. And when we got together to launch this asset manager, we got muni market professionals, the traders, the analysts, the portfolio managers together alongside technologists, engineers that have studied different things, not finance, growing up. And we laid out the problems. What are the problems that we can solve with software in the asset management business? And the one thing that we kept coming back to is the municipal bond market is highly fragmented. On a daily basis, 86,000 issues are brought to market for an asset management firm to look at. How do you get human eyeballs on 86,000 issues? That's a challenge. So together with the muni domain experts and the engineers, we built a tool to source all of the offerings from the Bloomberg feeds, the primary market, the alternative trading systems, and then rank them from cheap to rich. At that point, that $86,000 offering system is condensed down a lot further, and that is when it's brought to the analyst. And then we take that less amount of munis that are available offered in the marketplace and take an ESG and impact lens to it at that point. And that allows us to get a better idea of relative value, which is really hard to source in a low interest rate environment, and we believe that's our competitive edge. The other piece that I wanted to spend a little time talking about is credit risk, credit ratings. The credit rating agencies across the country are not implementing ESG in the credit ratings. And we believe that is something that allows you to gain the ability to optimize returns. Communities aren't being judged on their governance, on the social issues, on the environmental risks with specific offerings they're bringing to market. So we believe that that's a really great competitive edge that Neighborly provides to our clients. We also evaluate impact. Impact has to be measurable, and we want to set targets for our clients. Once we gather those inputs, we want to have an understanding of where they want to have an impact, and that compass allows us on a quarterly basis to measure the impact that the client has. Is your portfolio actually aligned with the values that you've inputted into our survey? We're very cognizant of that. And this is a little dense, but here's our impact framework, and everybody does this a little bit differently. We think ESG is a great metric, but for us, we look at a community based off ecology, economy, and equity. That's how we want to assess the long-term value of an offering. And we think that gives us a differentiator. Each portfolio should tell a story. All of us have a unique story. We have a unique things that we want to accomplish in our life, and we believe the municipal bond market is robust with offerings that could fit each client's unique goals. And lastly, I'll just leave you with our difference. We're a technology company, but by no means do we think technology replaces the importance to having a seasoned team. And our competitive edge is led through a seasoned team of domain experts. The woman there you see in the picture is the president of Neighborly Investment. She's formerly the president of Stanish Asset Management, where she oversaw a $30 billion muni SMA. So we're combining our edge with technology with a really seasoned team in-house. And we believe with active management, the sophisticated technology we're building, and customized impact that we could serve the entire investment community that wants to add more and more to this space. So that's it in terms of my prepared remarks, and I appreciate being part of this conversation and look forward to connecting with you all after.